Wanna talk? So let's talk. Yeah. Talk. You wanna talk? You gotta talk, you need to talk. News talk.
I talk, you talk to Solomon. I talk, you talk to Solomon. Yeah, let's talk to Solomon. Talk to Solomon.
You gotta talk.
Welcome to Talk to Solomon. That's me, Stan Solomon, and my co-host,
Chief Steve.
former police chief extraordinaire, Steve Davis. Steve, unemployment among black youth is the highest it's been since we started keeping records in the late 40s. Unemployment of Americans, both black, white, and every other color you can come up with, is the lowest it's been since the Great Depression. 15 million Americans can't find a job and have given up. We have, outside of that, another, whatever it is, 12 million Americans who are unemployed. Now, we have approximately the same number of illegal immigrants as we have unemployed, underemployed, or given up employment Americans. Is that a coincidence, you think?
It's not by any stroke of the imagination.
Now, if you are a black American, since Barack Hussein Obama, the first black, quote unquote, half black, half white, but black president, since in this country, if there's any part of you black, you're black, if that helps you. If not, you then get over as white if you can. Having said all that, we now have America having lost, on average, 40% of its net worth. The average family in America has less than two-thirds what it had when Barack Obama was elected. But if you're black, you're special. If you're black, he's yours. You got 98% support in the black community. Blacks have lost, got a guess?
It's big time. It's got to be like 90%.
90% of their net worth since Barack Obama was elected. 90%, for God's sake. What do you have to do? Get hit in the head with a brick? All that's to leave this story. A majority, two-thirds of likely voters say Barack Obama has made things worse. America's worse off. You know, you say, are you better off? Forget that. Are you even? Are you close to even? Hell, we'll settle for that. You can't find half the people in this country that are in the same position. I'm not a rich guy. I've been rich in my life. I've been dead broke in my life. I'm still the same person. My home has gone down in value by 50% since Barack Obama was elected. That's a lot of money. I'm at retirement age. I, like millions of Americans, can't retire. Could have, can't now. Portfolios in the toilet. Interest rates in the toilet. Taxes in the stratosphere, and Barack Obama wants them to go up. Why would any sane person, white, black, Hispanic, Oriental, if that's the right term, I don't know if I'm politically correct there, why would they vote for Barack Obama?
No one that wants to own anything or ever expects to own anything should ever vote for Barack Obama, because he wants to take everything away. He obviously has an agenda, which is a socialist agenda. He wants everyone dependent on the government, and you have to destroy business and destroy free enterprise and destroy people's livelihood and destroy the American family and destroy God to get that accomplished, and that's what he's doing.
Now, there's something that I want to say here, and of course I've said it before, but I'm going to say it now. People, whoever you are, whatever your orientation, organization, or inclination, when the government takes a dollar, they're not taking a dollar from you or me to give to someone else. They're taking a dollar from you or me to give someone else a dime. They use the other 90 cents. They consume the other 90 cents. They steal the other 90 cents. They give to their buddies the other 90 cents. They don't take a dollar from a rich guy and give a dollar to a poor guy. Please, Wake up.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's really the plan. The plan is to take money from those that have it and distribute it to those that don't. But also in the middle of all this, they take a big cut. Government's always going to take a big cut. And so again, this defeats the idea of charity, which if the government would not take our money forcefully, all of us as Americans, we're very loving and giving people. We would give more to charities that then would give that full dollar to the people in need.
The fact is, poor people are worse off today than they were in the 40s. They're worse off today than they were before the great, whatever the hell they called it, program by Johnson. Great something?
Yeah, but
Great Society.
But that's also by design, because the Obama and his minions want those people so dependent on his crumbs they can't do anything else. So they're stuck waiting for his crumbs, and they're stuck there dependent on him for that. That's what he wants.
But that's crummy. The government has overpaid $14 billion in federal unemployment. Now you might say, wait, Stan, they spend trillions. What's $14 billion? In Indiana, where we are right now, more of the money they paid for federal unemployment was fraud than was real. More than 50%. But as it turns out, 1/9 of all the money paid by the federal government for federal unemployment was fraudulent, because they want fraud. They encourage fraud. They want people on the program. They don't care if they should be or shouldn't be. It gives them an excuse to take money. And that's the reality, folks. I read, and I talked to you about this, Chief, where illegals are filing tax returns saying, hey, I got 14 Bambinos. Oh, really? Where do you live? In a closet. Well, where are your 14 Bambinos? Why, they're in Mexico and El Salvador and Peru and Australia. What? Oh, okay. Here's $21,000 tax return. The government knows they're doing it. It's billions of dollars, and they don't care. It's people on the program, which means, again, if they're giving away $10 billion, they're taking $100 billion from us. You think they care that the $10 billion is being taken fraudulently? They get to keep the $90 billion. Isn't that the point?
That's the point. They're using the $90 billion for, like you said, their friends and their cohorts, and for government to grow and crush us more.
So they don't care.
And we're being crushed with our own money.
My suggestion is vote early, vote often, and vote against Obama and anyone who's ever even said hello to him, which includes Boehner. All right, teachers. You always hear about teachers, underpaid, so valuable, they're our future. Well, let me tell you some facts about teachers. Some of them are incredible, can't be argued. Some of them are a gift from God, can't be argued. Many of them, but it's not most of them. It's not the majority of them. The majority of them are as follows. Ready? They were in the lower third of their college class. They couldn't have passed any other thing because they're not smart enough. They can't speak well. They can't write well. They don't know their topics. And a lot of them are perverts. Not most, not many, but a lot. And we are making a mistake. Children educated in the public schools today have not one strike, not two strikes, but 3 strikes against them. And the chance of them getting out of public schools and not being worthless and not being uneducated are high. Homeschooled kids, religiously schooled kids, privately schooled kids are head and shoulders, 2 and 3 grades ahead of the publicly schooled kids, and it's because of the unions and the rotten, lousy, awful, leftist, loser teachers. Am I too hard?
No, you're not. You're absolutely right, because the kids are at stake here. Our kids are at stake here, but that's really the message that they give. They don't really say, let's pay the teachers. They say, we need more money for the kids, but the kids never get it. The money goes to pay teacher salaries, to pay teacher retirements, to build buildings and football fields, but the kids don't ever get the money, and they're being taught nothing.
Now here's facts.
Well, that's not true. They're being taught how to be liberals.
Yeah, that's true. Here's some facts. This is a story written by Andrew Coulson from the Wall Street Journal saying America has too many teachers. Now here's the story. In the last 10, 15 years, or since 1970, so it's 40 years, it's 42, the public school workforce has doubled to 6.4 million from 3.3 million. The number of kids in school hasn't doubled. What they've accomplished hasn't doubled. In fact, it's gone down. So we have twice as many teachers. We're spending 5 times as much money, and we're not accomplishing as much as we accomplished when we started. Does that prove my point?
Absolutely, it does. And also, you know, the problem here is that the government is involved in education. The government has no business involved in education whatsoever. It's got to get back to where people are going to teach our kids motivated by success and not by government pensions.
Certainly not the federal government. Some state governments are involved. All right, we have a caller. Max is on the line. Max, thanks for calling Talk to Solomon. What's your question?
Well, it's not really a question. You're talking about the public school system.
Just a second. Turn Max up because I can't hear. All right, go ahead, Max.
Do you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, basically, I'm an engineer, and what shocks me about the public schools is that I've got more mathematical background than a high school math teacher, and I find that appalling.
Well, I find that telling. I agree with you. You would think that a high school math teacher would have most of their education in math, but most of their education is in management, managing to keep kids from doing anything wrong. That's their education.
That's right. You know, and when these kids get to college, they're not even prepared for the math involved. It's pretty sad, actually. I was looking at what's that show, The Five on Fox? Those 5 cast of characters. They were I guess someone was interviewing a bunch of people on the beach regarding the founding of this country, and it was, let's just say, it was shockingly ignorant. These people were they were clueless. It was awful. It was embarrassing.
It's done on purpose. That's done on purpose.
Yeah, you've heard of the dumbing down, and that's what it's all about. You only want kids to do 3 things: have sex, have abortions, and vote Democrat. That's the entire agenda of the public school system in America.
And with this future generation coming up, guess what? We're not going to be a country much longer. We just can't be. It's impossible.
Well, when you dumb down American kids, not that there's anything wrong with the kids to start with, it's us, not the kids, then you have a reason, an excuse, to bring in workers from other countries who have those skills. The only problem is not only do they have the skills to be engineers and scientists, they have a socialist background, and therefore they're going to back socialism because that's where they come from. That's the plan.
Well, you nailed it. You always nail it. But you were recently earlier talking about what's the word I'm looking for? The corruption occurring within the IRS and the taxes and the fraud and stuff like that. People need to know that a lot of these people are stealing identities.
Yeah, they just had an IRS person that was arrested for stealing the identity of his landlord. Government cannot be trusted.
You're going to love this. Well, my identity was stolen. And the guy who used my identity and filed a fraudulent tax return to the IRS, which they quickly accepted. I spent a year fighting the IRS, and because of my tenacity in getting things resolved, guess what I helped the IRS uncover? An identity theft ring. Unbelievable. And we found out, where these people are, we had bank accounts where they basically took money from the government, shoved it in, and guess what? The IRS has done nothing.
Of course not. Of course not, because, you see, if the IRS empowers us, then we don't need them. By the way,
we don't need them.
The IRS is an unconstitutional, under color of law, but not legal entity, and there's no requirement, there's no law that requires anyone to file a tax return. They say it's a voluntary system, and then they want to put you in jail if you don't volunteer. That's nonsense.
And then when you're a crook, they protect you.
Of
That's
course.
what kills me.
Of course, because those crooks all donate to the Democrats.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Hey, thanks for calling, Max. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yep.
Tell 100,000 of your closest friends. You can call us, by the way, 866-808-0637 if you have a question or comment. Let me go on to... go ahead.
If anybody's interested in how education can work, you should look up a woman named Marva Collins.
Oh, yeah. I worked with Marva. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I helped her to open her first school in Cincinnati.
Well, just look it up online and see what she's doing, and we do not need the government involved in education in any way, shape, or form.
Ronald Reagan offered Marvin Collins, a black Democrat who had a school in Chicago called Westside Preparatory, the opportunity to be Secretary of Education. And she said, "Thank you, Mr. President, but with all due respect, government is the problem. I don't want to be secretary of the problem. What you need to do is get the hell out of education." And she took the kids that had been rejected by the public school system as incorrigible and unteachable and made them the best students in America. She had no gym. She had no cucumbers and condoms. She just taught them pride and persistence, and all the kids, almost all, were black, and she got a lot of crap from the black libs, but she became a hero. I haven't heard from her lately. I don't know if they killed her or she got sick. I wish her the best, but I did help her. She came to Cincinnati, and at the Mount Olive Baptist Church, I was one of the volunteers, and we opened up the first Marvin Collins school outside of Chicago, and the unions and the school board fought her tooth and nail because they don't give a crap about kids. And anyone that tells you that they do, just slap them. Just slap them because they're lying to your face.
Well, the kids that go to her school come out educated, and they like it.
And motivated.
Motivated, yes, yes, sir.
And oriented toward right versus wrong. And I'll tell you what, she doesn't promote homosexuality, which is a sickness and to be thought of as a problem for those people. God bless them, love them, but don't encourage them. She doesn't promote living off the government dole, doesn't tolerate it for a moment or anyone even thinks about it. She says you are somebody and you have to prove it every single day. Don't tell me what others do. Tell me what you have the ability to do, and then do that more. She would have kids stand up the whole day. Why? How dare she? They were happy to stand up. They would give a speech. They'd memorize a speech where most of them couldn't read the speech, and it'd make you cry because they not even had the words, they had the feeling, they had the understanding, they had the emotion. That's what she did.
We're talking youngsters.
Yeah, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. They started first grade. First grade. You had two options. She and my mother must have grown up together. She had what they call the cement truck approach. She parked on your butt and you did it or died. You either did it or you got the hell out. And nobody wanted to be thrown out. Everybody wanted to get into that elite group and know that they had made it for life. You got through her school, I'm just talking the 8th grade. Done. Any college in America would take you. You hadn't even gone to high school yet. You were the creme de la creme. And she made those kids out of the crap de la crap of society. Amazing lady. Do you believe in global warming? Just curious, you believe in global warming?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's getting hot.
It gets hot in the summer.
That's right.
Must be warming up.
Here's the reality. Now, you won't learn this from your teachers. You won't learn this from the media. But here's the fact. We have solar flares, a solar eruption, a solar disturbance that is historic in proportion, that comes around once every 30, 40, 50 years, and that when these eruptions take place, just let me give you an example. Ready? Here's the Earth. Well, here's the Earth. Here's the sun. When you have a solar eruption, you have this. The sun gets closer to the Earth in that these flares, which are millions of miles wide and millions of miles long, that heat source gets closer to the Earth. And guess what happens? We get hotter. And when that settles down, which it'll do in the next 30 days, that excess heat will go away. If cows fart, nothing will change. If you start your car, nothing will change. If you recycle, nothing will change. If you don't recycle, nothing will change. If we burn coal, nothing will change. If we don't burn coal, nothing will change. One volcanic eruption equals, ready for this, all of human activity since God put us here. One. In the amount of pollution it puts in the air. And you think that by driving one of those electric moron cars, you're doing something? Yeah, you're putting your family in danger, and you're proving that you need a lobotomy. By the way, I have gift certificates. Just write to Stan at ineedalobotomy.com.
So you don't think that a solar flare tax will fix this?
Of course it will fix us, just like circumcision will fix us, like gelding all the men will fix us, will be fixed. Will do anything about the heat? No. But it's another excuse for the government to take money. By the way, does the government need an excuse to take money?
They don't use an excuse, they just take it.
Uh-huh. You know what the best thing that could happen? I'm not suggesting it, but the best thing that could happen is for everyone in America, to say to the government, no. No. Every employer, everyone, just say no. Drop dead. Until you come forward with a budget that is reasonable and balanced, we're not giving you anything. Think we'd get their attention?
It'd get their attention all right, sure would.
All we need is one governor, and Governor Perry comes to mind, who just said, up yours on Obamacare, we're not going to do it, and other governors, Florida governor said the same thing, Wisconsin's governor said the same thing, all the Republican governors, and there are 31 Republican governors, have said pretty much they're not going to do it. And so it just won't happen. And of course, as soon as we elect a Republican House, a Republican Senate, this tax, as Larry Pratt just pointed out earlier, can be overridden on 51 votes in the Senate and 218 votes in the House. That's all it's going to take. Simple majority.
Has to be approved by the White House.
Well, and of course, we know that Romney said he'll sign it. And then it's done. It's over. And we start over. There are a lot of things that can be done to make health care better, make it more competitive, eliminate the state, the state
boundaries.
Boundaries. Yeah. Let every insurance company sell in every state in the United States. I guarantee you prices come down dramatically. Institute competition. Eliminate the federal government's involvement. End it. And you will find the cost of health care will come down. Let people take their money and spend it where they will. I guarantee you they'll buy a lot more vitamins and they'll need a lot less drugs. I haven't taken anything made by a pharmaceutical company in close to 40 years. And I haven't had so much as a runny nose during that time. I take it back, I had a kidney stone once. The reality is most drugs do dramatically more harm than good. That doesn't mean they don't do some good, but in most cases it's not your best answer. It just happens to be a fact. All right, we're going to take a break. Steve and I will be back with Dr. Alan Keyes in just a moment. You stay tuned for more here on Talk to Sullivan.
I had him and then we got cut off.
Do you have a cell phone? I do. In fact, everyone I know does.
Hi, Ellen.
There's only one problem with cell phones.
Hi, are you
They're too
able to hook up with
damn
us
high.
tonight on Skype?
You remember
or
that
can you do it
guy.
by phone, or how's that for you?
With me is Ted Williams, one of America's experts on cell phones, and a guy who's been responsible, along with his company, for hundreds of thousands of people saving money on cell phones. Ted, thank you for joining us. Talk to us.
Talk to you in a minute.
Well, I tell you, Stan, right now, every dollar a person can save is a dollar earned. I'm telling you, in this economy, the price of gas and the unsure situation with employment, our business is tailor-made, and our cell phone packages are tailor-made to help everyone out.
All right, let's state a few facts. Unlimited service isn't unlimited service anymore. Right or wrong?
It's right for a lot of the big carriers that you're familiar with, but our company has got truly unlimited talk, text, and web. We don't slow speeds down. We don't charge you after 1 or 2 gigabytes. It's truly unlimited, running on a nationwide network with roaming options if people want it.
And to get unlimited service, which many people use today in their business, you're going to spend $120, $130, $140. How do you compare?
We've got plans that start at $20 with rollover minutes, and our truly unlimited talk, text, and web plan is $59 a month. Again, no limits on the data, and the exciting thing is you can earn, as a customer, you can earn free service by simply referring a few customers to us. That earns you free service potentially for the rest of your life.
Now, let me make sure I'm hearing this correctly. Without paying money, without being in the business, simply, if your customer, at whatever the customer costs are, and I assume there are no deposits or that type of thing, that if you refer a few friends and they get service, you can earn free service for yourself?
Absolutely. It's, as you said, no contract, no deposit, no credit check, and we have many payment options. They can be auto-billed, auto-debited, phone in and make your payment over the phone, or, you know, a lot of options on how to pay the bill. But truly unlimited talk, text, and web available to you for $59 a month, and if you refer a few friends, totally free.
Now, two other questions. You said roaming is an option. How much does it cost?
If you have unlimited nationwide roaming, it would be an additional $20 if you
So
if you need
you're
it.
still
But-
only $79.
correct. But you may not need it because we are on the nationwide network.
Okay. And the second thing is, do you only have dial-up phones that you have to carry in a suitcase, or do you actually have the latest and greatest Droid phones?
We have Android phones are the hottest selling items right now on our site, but we also cater to those people that all they have a need for is a simple flip phone. So you can go from, you know, from the top of the line phone to a free phone.
Okay.
And
that
are you
looks pretty
competitive on
good.
those prices?
Absolutely. The phones, most people don't realize this, but
Hello,
the phone
testing.
prices you hear on television are tied into contracts.
Can
We
you hear
don't
me?
have a contract. So our phone, you buy it, you own it.
Can you hear
and you
us?
pay the real price. The way you can find out how competitive it is simply ask any of those big 3 or 4 companies, what is the price of the phone if I don't have to sign a contract? And they'll tell you many of those Android phones are $400.
There you go. All right, folks, you can get more information by dialing
you hear me now?
1-800-299-8362, or just go to
All right.
cpnlive.com and click on the icon that says
Okay.
Get Free Phone Service. Free.
Already. Yes, it is.
Free.
Yes, it is.
I can afford free. Can you?
The video's
good.
not quite caught up, but
Thanks.
sound is doing okay. So, okay, great. I will.
Let me ask you a question.
Framing looks good.
Do you like being
and
sick?
picture looks good,
I have
so
in my
I'm gonna
hand
reach you
an
up
incredible
and,
product.
Bring you right
It's
on,
called
after the break.
TR10 Supercolloidal
Alan.
Silver. TR10 stands for a trace to the negative 10th power. The particles in this silver product are 6 to 8 angstroms, 6 to 8 10 billionths of a meter. Now listen to me. Silver has been the magic bullet for all of human existence. The Egyptians used silver instruments. We use silverware. They put silver in your teeth because nothing can grow on silver. Silver will kill anything but liberalism. I'm working on that. This product, you go to cpnlive.com, buy 1 quart of this product. It will last you for a very long time. Anytime you feel like you've been exposed to something bad, take some of this product, spray it in your mouth, or take a little bit and gargle it, swallow it. It will kill any pathogen. The average antibiotic kills 10 to 20 different pathogens. This product will kill 700 plus. Do yourself a favor, do your family a favor, do your doctor a favor. He's tired of seeing you. Get supercolloidal silver. Go to cpnlive.com, order the product. It's $29.95 plus shipping. I think it's $39.95 delivered any place in America right to your door. It's worth 10 times that. Check it out. If you're not 100% happy, just return it and we'll give you your money back.